Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone. I am Natajn. We're now running on our Priesty deck. Kind of interesting, some cool little combos. Obviously against a rushing deck we lose, so gotta get those low level cards out. I just don't have enough of them. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough level draws that were actually reasonable.
Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
I would like to have the mind control. Nope, gotta get rid of those. What did I say I needed? Some 2-drops. Shadow Madness is good, but I need some 2-drops. I could keep Shadow Madness. It could help me. It could help me keep my my world going. Did I just get a cult cult master? Cult bastard.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello? That was interesting news. I mean, he could probably win by doing that, right? Whatever. If I lose by one point of damage, then I guess that's something, right? Do it. The theory is next turn I trade and I get to keep him healed. I'll have a 2/3. 2 cards, that sucks, but it's really only 1 card since I drew another one. It still kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. This guy is really trying to just burst me down like nobody's business. I don't even know what to say.
First kill.
I could double his HP and make him a 2/6 and kind of dumb.
First kill.
So we'll ignore that for now. I do want to keep him alive. Next turn, I don't know. We'll see what I do. He might drop Frostbolt on this guy. I wouldn't be surprised. He didn't use any cards last round, which, you know, is good for him. Honestly, it's probably pretty good for me too. Oh my god. Really? I don't know what to say to this guy. He seems crazy. Look, know my health a little bit. I'm starting to be afraid. The fact that he drops these giant nukes and everything on my face ASAP. Maybe this guy drafted nothing but spells. BLD. That is like 2 eyes and a nose. Is that what's going on up there? Need their name? Don't chicken him, no! Copy. I win that fight. I win that fight hardcore, sir. I've got 2 ways to win that fight. I choose option 1. Cha! Cha!
First.
He's a 5/5. Next turn be a 7/7. Of course, if he attacks, he will be not. So that's unfortunate. Fortunately, at the beginning of my turn, I do get to do 2 damage to him. I have 3 targets with which he would want to silence.
My eyes are open.
See what you're doing there. I actually do see what he's doing there. He is get me low enough to pyroblast me. That having been said, let's give our guys a little buff.
My shield for Argus.
Let's hope he doesn't do a lot of damage. Or let's hope his
First kill.
Flame Strike isn't right here. If his Flame Strike is right here in this hand, then I'm going to lose a bunch on that turn, unfortunately. But there it is. I think he'll probably live. I should have accepted the last one and just healed this guy up so he had an extra 2 health already. So now he'd be a 5-5 again. Now he'd have to deal with 2 5-5s instead of 5-5 and a 3-3. I can handle this, actually. Easy win. Well, there at least. Get him back up. Draw my other taunt back up. Base damage. And we actually might win at the end of this next turn. So this guy is a plus. So he's got +1 health. So he's actually, I can actually buff him up to 6. I can't forget, or I can't remember between this and my last fight. That guy was a 10-10. No, it's this guy. Yeah, this guy is a 11. If I can get him up there. Not that it matters. I think I actually win. If he drops anyone under 3, well. That's a pity. I'm not really sure exactly what the point of that one is. I assume he has another Flame Strike. Doesn't matter, we win. So, you know, the light guys are kind of good, but they have a lot of upkeep. I think that's the real issue. If you don't keep them healed and you keep attacking with them, then you're just going to be really sad, because quickly their health and damage drops, making them, you know, I don't know. That being said, you can buff them up pretty easily, right? I do have a bunch of cards which will give them, you know, +2 health and damage, +3 health and damage, and it does allow for surprise damage like that last one, you know. He thought that taking that one guy out meant that he survives. Unfortunately, it didn't.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
Most of this hand looking pretty acceptable. I'm going to drop those. We'll keep the Jungle Panthers and hope that he doesn't have a lot of AoEs. I guess he could have swipe or something like that. That would make us sad panda. We do not go first, but that's fine. We do get to drop first. Well, if you know what I mean. It'd be kind of amazing to hear one of these things hit the ground. Now I could coin out a Jungle Panther, or I could not. Not coining out a Jungle Panther means on turn 4 I could drop my Gurubashi Berserker, which is kind of an exciting thought. So we'll go with this. We're not going to attack with him, otherwise the opponent easily just, you know, gets that health back, and then it's a waste of a potentially very good card. If he didn't have stealth, he'd be absolutely worthless. Fortunately for him, he does. Problem with delaying this guy here is that he could do a swipe on my Gurbash Berserker and easily take my guys out. That being said, we can just hope that he doesn't have a swipe. He's not dropping any cards, which makes me nervous.
Pass me that arc light scanner.
We'll get him out. Continue our stealthy survival. Lower the gates!
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
3-5, huh? 3-5 is kind of scary.
Drink with me, friend.
But not that scary. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to Shadow Madness him and run him into his friend. Kill them both. Yeah. No, I understand that this does not kill them both with one go, but... Oops.
Not quite what was planned.
I grabbed the wrong one. I forgot she was going to be on my turn after that. Dang it! How'd I mess that up? Dang it! I can't believe I screwed that up. That was a pretty big mistake, guys. That shouldn't have happened. God, darn it. Darn it! Well, that's what happens when you first start playing a unit. You gotta learn some of the order of operations when it comes to priests. Clearly, you grab the one that's going to die and smack that one or the other one so you can fight it.
To Northrend!
There's now here's Divine Shield, and now we don't trade correctly. Matter of fact, we trade absolutely awful. Just terrible.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Let's give him a powered shield. Let's get some card rolling. He's got a big card advantage on us. I really messed up that last one. We should have had a big win with that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Not your magic shall not save you.
Well, what now?
Must consider.
I really messed that up. That was a really big mistake. Well, I guess I can just trade. Very unfortunate. Could be worse. I didn't screw up my my math this time, so there's that at least. Oh, darn it. Little mistakes like that are just so frustrating. It made all the trades totally mess up.
What to do?
Next time, next turn, I'll probably, well, I could make this girl for something ridiculous, unless he's gonna burst her. fire. Don't you wish you had like a, you know, claw or something?
Or both.
I have to assume that a claw or absolutely everything else would have been, you know, the perfect solution to what just happened there. What I want to do is I want to drop the Mogashan down and the Demolisher and hope that they both can make it. Because if so, I trade very well.
Job's done.
We did not get one of those skills where health becomes the same as your damage.
What to do?
Which makes Mogashan very powerful, obviously. But it is a 2 card for a 7/7, so I guess is not a ton different from... Well, it didn't survive.
Handle it!
That's too bad. That is really too bad. Hope for a good card.
I hope you like my invention.
That is a very good card. That really couldn't have gone any better. Could have used it last turn, but we did get more out of it. We did lose 2 cards for that, though. It was not a big win. For that card draw. Ooh. Wow, seriously going for that card draw. I think he may be in trouble.
Job's done.
Spotus could drop by 5/5 and waited out a silence first before I buffed him, but
I've got the beast in my sight.
could have gone worse. Not by a lot, but it could have gone worse. Four, 4, and 2. I've got a good.
I've got a huge card.
Got. You trying to rush me down? What's going on, Pops? Alright, so we got this one. We could buff him to a 5/5, which he will survive very easily. This guy could buff to a 6/6. Same difference as a 5/5.
Must consider.
This gal, I could buff to a 3/5, which would actually probably be the best way to go. So we'll do that. See what kind of card we get. Maybe we'll get something awesome. We don't, but that's okay. Drop him here.
My shield for Argus.
Buff them all up. Finish Das healing. Now who do we kill? Some good choices. We could just go for his face. That's 10 damage. That's a decent amount. It's not best. It's best to clear the board since we do have card advantage. So, start with him. The big benefit here, he can't clear both these guys. Unless, of course, he's got some good cards.
Your magic shall not save you.
benefit here? We know for a fact he does not have any ability to mess with this guy right now. So, we do.
Hey, give me a
Let's take
minute.
this guy out. Probably double this dude's health. Buffer, so one person can't just necessarily kill her. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. If I buffer, what's the point? I don't see any point.
Pay attention, class.
Get some more guys out on the field? That's not a bad call. We do have a mind control, so if he gets board control again or drops a big unit, we can pull it over to our side, and what's he going to do? Hope for an awesome top deck.
What to do?
Fortunately for us, he did indeed use his silence on just our Gnomish Inventor. Honestly, that was a huge
Where shall I
Deal.
strike?
deal breaker. Ooh. Really? Wow. That's fine. It was just 2 damage. I wasn't worried about it. But apparently he was. What kind of big card we draw? Because we do have some big cards. I feel like we've used both of our other dudes, so let's drop an Enforcer. Just buffer. Why not?
Instruction begins.
So we've got a big 6/6 minion out there.
Well played. I concede.
Well played.
And a 3/8 was going to be hard for him to bounce back from that. Did a pretty good job, save for that huge mistake, in which case I think that was that fight. God knows, these fights all start blurring together. Kurabashi Berserker, man, I like you. How did I mess up your life so much? So my continuing thoughts on the light spawn, I don't know. I used to think like, wow, he's just so easily dealt with.
Anduin versus Jaina.
But not just easily dealt with,
You asked for it.
absolutely
The light
destroyed.
shall bring victory.
I don't want any of these cards. Yeah, I don't want any of these cards. Keep that stealth. Not bad. Trying to think. We could pop out the Worgen Infiltrator and coin in a Power Word Shield to give him that health boost that he might desperately need, so the opponent can't just, nerf him instantly. But at the same time, the Power Word Shield could be used to great effect later, so... could coin out a Panther. But that's pretty dangerous. I feel the fact that he popped that out may mean that he wants me to go for it, because why else would you do that?
We must consider.
Indeed. The other issue is... let's go for
First
it.
kill. First kill.
And we'll coin out a heal. Make him really work for this Worgen. Now he's a 2/3. It only took 2 cards. I accept that. We traded 1 card. We took away our coin advantage. But we did keep this unit alive and kicking. And he trades up with that, as far as I'm concerned. I could Shadow Word Pain this, which isn't a bad deal. We'll keep our Worgen alive for now, I guess.
First kill.
Having board control is pretty strong. So we'll do that, and end our turn. Now if I just traded, I would have had a Shadow Word Pain to deal with later, but I would lose my board control. Still got my Shadow Word Pain, so what would I save it for? I know I have more of these later. Let's got our Northshire Cleric out.
First kill.
Again, she could probably be easily dealt with, but theoretically at least we'll get a... Oh, and we're done dealing with these guys.
My shield for Argus!
They both survive. Unfortunately, they don't win against him, so we're just going to end our turn and see what he goes with. On his next turn, I believe, at 7 mana, he can drop his Flame Strike. So we're not going to drop our Jungle Panther until that happens. Looks like he is going to take out my card draw. Good call. He's going to sheep him. Sad call. Unfortunately, only 4 health. This will let my Defender of Argus survive, which is actually, I think, a big win. So we have a 3-3 and a 6-6 out on the field. And, frankly, cards basically the same. He had 4 cards, I have 4 cards, he's on his 7th, I'll be on my 7th next turn. So, going very well so far. I do not expect this to continue.
The gates are open.
What to do? What to do? I think the only option is to trade here. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Let's drop our battle cry.
I hope you like
See
my
what kind of card we can
invention.
get. I don't think there's really anything we can get that will make this okay. I could drop my light spawn and have a 5/5 out there. The problem is that on his next turn he'll probably drop a probably drop a Flame Strike.
Consider.
So I think we'll trade. Accept that. We'll drop this guy and call out the Flame Strike. And drop our other dude next turn. We'll also get this guy up above Flame Strike level.
To the breach!
So we have a 3-5, potentially 3-6. And call down the Flame Strike. There it is. If I hadn't done it, wasn't guaranteed. And getting him to pop that out, definitely worth it. So now what do I do? Well, we've got this guy. We want to get him above Fireball range. At the same time, we got 5 and a 4. We'd like to get those both out. I think I'm gonna... I want to get the Hellspawn out, or the Light Hellspawn. He's gonna be a Hellspawn. I want to get the Light Spawn out and the Temple Enforcer at the same time, but I don't think that's going to happen. So what I think I'm gonna do is get that out and then drop my Mogushan Warrior. No, I can only do one or the other. Who do I want to get out?
I wonder.
Let's get the taunt out. And leave it at a 3-3-1-7. I could have dropped my light spawn, but I think that I want to keep I want to keep my 3 potential 6 alive. Potential 6 because he's not going to get back up to 6. There's no way I'm wasting lights on that. Another Flame Strike?
Let the pain speak to me.
Nope. Not
Mind if
Flame
I
Strike.
roll knee?
Wow. Really? What have you got in here?
You call that a weapon?
Wow. Why did everything get so easy all of a sudden?
must consider.
Trying to figure how I want to run this. I can take him and run him into him, or I can take him and run him into him. Oh! Oh, oh, oh! Oh yeah. I didn't even think about this. Gotta take him and run him into him.
Bring the pain.
Because we get the card draw.
To the priest.
I think healing him's a good call. The other options, I could get a light spawn out and call out the silence if he has one.
Not too quickly.
Let's go with that. I'm not burning him down. I'm not throwing all my cards out. I'm kind of sad about it a little bit, but these things do happen. There we go.
The light shall burn you.
You know what? Let's rush him. He can only hex one, or sheep rather. He can only silence the light spawn.
Truth is
He
my
would have had to
shield.
saved on. He would have had to hold on to that for ages and ages and ages and ages. Easy. Easy decision. I think we win.
Well played.
Well played.
Good game. That was a top deck mind control. I'm not going to complain about that top deck. It does happen. But I think I did a good job with that. I called out the Flame Strike just as I said I would. I did it with units that I was not going to lament losing. However, he didn't get a terrible Flame Strike out of it. But it's a lot better than had I done the other option, which is I put my guy out, he gets a good Flame Strike out, and I lose my Light Spawn for basically, you know, the same amount as losing some crappy cards like a Jungle Panther. Crappy with quotations, because Jungle Panther is not a bad card. He's a great trade. You can pop him out there. The only things that are going to hit him are AoEs or random shots. And for a 3, he'll trade with... Ooh, goodness. Let's see. What does he not trade with? I guess he doesn't really trade with Mogoshan Warden. Or he doesn't really trade with Senshin Shieldmaster. Well, I'm making myself look bad. He doesn't trade with my stuff. But in theory, he trades well. Ah, he was probably a mistake. At any rate, guys, thank you so much for watching. Priest OP. See you guys next time. I was gonna say later. No, it's later and next time. Next time.